Because the White House seemed to have 100 different stories about bin Laden's death, it opened the door to headlines like this: Bin Laden's secret autopsy. Robert Spencer, director of Jihad Watch, is here to tell us more. Mr. Spencer, what do you think? Is it possible there was a secret autopsy?
I guess it's remotely possible, Eric, but I think it's very unlikely because what seems to be the most important thing to Obama was to make sure that he didn't offend Muslims by killing bin Laden. And so he made sure that he did the Islamic burial, the Islamic funeral within the 24-hour period after the death required by Islamic law. Then, of course, he made the major slip-up by having the sea burial, which offended the Islamic scholars and inflamed everything anew. And once again, his attempted appeasement fell flat. But the autopsy would not have fit in with the Islamic funeral and burial, so I think it's very unlikely that he had it.
And I'm trying to figure out the reason for an autopsy, I guess, to prove it's him, to get more DNA. What would we need to do that for?
Well, yeah, that would be the only reason. I mean, if the story that we've heard is true, which, you know, I think we have no reason to doubt, although there's still been no evidence for it, he was shot. And so if he was shot dead, he's shot dead. The autopsy is not going to show a cause of death, but it might prove that it was Osama bin Laden.
And you know, the last question is, why all the shroud of mystery surrounding? Why not show a kill shot? Why not, if you're going to do the autopsy, tell us about it. Why not? Why is there no transparency?
It's appeasement. Again, the main thing he wants to do is not offend Muslims. I mean, he comes out with this preposterous statement saying Osama bin Laden is not a Muslim leader, and then he turns around and has an Islamic funeral for the man, which obviously indicates that he knows full well that he was a Muslim leader who was widely revered in the Islamic world and who taught an orthodox and mainstream view of jihad violence against unbelievers. And so he's being completely inconsistent, but the one thing that makes sense of his actions in every case is that he wants to reach out to the Islamic world. He wants to show that we're friends, that we got nothing against them. It's not going to work. It just shows up as weakness.
All right, Robert Spencer, thank you for joining us today.